Hey, love bugs, Roslynn back at you one more again. I hope everybody is doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family, as always, thank you so much for the love and support. It is truly appreciated. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell at the bottom so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. And if you're comfortable, drop a line. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, either if you're telling me about your empathic gift or or you're just giving me a positive feedback from the content of my video. And if you feel like the video gives good vibes that you would love to share with a loved one, family, or friend, or even a fellow empath that are going through trying times and just need spiritual guidance or confirmation, validation towards life path, or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give your thumbs up, like, and also share in the social media favorites wherever you see fit. As always, thank you so much for the love and support. It's truly appreciated. And I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And this one is about Twin Flame 101, Heyokas, when the new flex requires a shift of change from the old to the new. That means peace to popularity, distance from disrespect, slavery to salvation, and chaos to calmness. And it's true. A lot of times we seek, popularity. I used to be that type of person growing up that I felt like I was really somebody when I had a lot of people in my life. And a lot of times, you can be around all these people. How if you were that one that was really like shy or not noticed in school, you always admired that most popular person in school. And then when you really got to know them, a lot of times they felt alone because it was just people just agreeing with everything they said because they were popular, or, it was just like a robot, and it wasn't all what it wrapped up to be. And it's like a lot of times it's like when I looked at my life now, it's more of quality than quantity, because you can be around a lot of people and they just don't mesh well with you. And those are the things that, I really allowed myself to appreciate, because it was so many people. It's like me, for my situation, I've had really bad trust issues with a lot of people. And if you start acting frigid, I'm just, I'm going, and I'm just like, they're like, Dad, you just ready to drop people. I'm like, look, I'm about to be 45 years old. And like, what was it? Like about 6 more months, I'm at that age where if you start acting finicky and you over here 1 minute and over there 1 minute and over here, it's different when universe say, hey, you need to step aside for a minute and just allow this, whatever is going on, with you and all these people to clear the air. If it's meant to, it'll come back. If not, and it is what it is. But this is that time where you're starting to see that you don't vibe with the old things anymore, vibe with the old interests. And there'll be times I'm like, nothing ain't changed around here with me. I'm still in this same crappy chapter and I'm ready to just put a cement slab on it and just put 18-wheeler like chains and locks and gone about my business and head towards my new chapter. But then you'll start to notice there'll be some people that are coming back in, repeating history with you. There'll be different people that's coming back into your life. People, the streets are talking, as they say. There's different people. Your name is being said by a lot of different people, and they're trying to figure out, her, him. Oh my God, let me go see, and this and this and this and that. And then you'll start seeing a lot of different things that's coming in. You'll notice their vibe is their vibe, and your vibe is sensing like, I'm not even vibing with them anymore, and you'll notice that just by the interests you used to have that you no longer don't have. I used to love, being with my girlfriends, drinking, gossiping, smoking on the devil's lettuce. We just passing it, like the peace pipe, whatever. And now it's just like, and I used to watch like Maury Povich, You Are Not the Father, Jerry Springer, and, seeing who gonna come out and just really wreck everything that's coming down the path, and stuff like that now, or cheaters. Now I'm just like, I see stuff like that and I say, I can't, that's just doing too much. I can't. I'm like, girl, you don't like this no more. It's just cheaters. It's always a hurtful situation when people are cheating on you, but it's another whole new deal when it's happening and everybody is viewing the things that this person that you called your, your partner, your life, you about to marry this person, you probably already proposed to him, and next thing you know, you find out they doing something else with somebody else or a couple of somebodies, and it's very hurtful. But and then it's just like, I mean, if it's not applying towards growth, now every once in a while there's different things that I see, and even there'll be certain things that just irritate my soul, and I'm like, I can't finish watching this, I got to go. I cannot. And you'll start noticing you're not vibing like that no more. There'll be certain people that'll be hitting you up, and you don't even, there'll be people that's coming back just trying to do friend requests and stuff like that. You already see, oh Lord, they're still on that same old, I'm good, and there'll be different people that'll hit you up in text messages, and you just erase it or block it or whatever. And you'll start seeing, it's just like, my life is not what it used to be. I'm seeing things different now. I'm starting to see the intentions of other people. I'm starting to feel the intentions of other people. And I'm just allowing myself to just go that separate way. And it's not like the fact that you don't like them or anything like that, or you think you're above them, but y'all don't have the same type of vibe anymore. I'm on a different situation. I can start talking about things that are, true meaning about the vibration on the climate change, or you're upgrading on a new energy or a new frequency. You're starting to see between blurred lines of the matrix, and ask, is this supposed to be a Matrix Reloaded, or is this another saga or something from another one, from Neo? And it's like, Lord, yeah, you need more help than I thought you did. I'm like, oh. I said, I think they're about to do another Matrix, but that's not what I'm talking about, and there'll be different things that you're starting to see within yourself, and it's okay to have a very small circle. It's good to know that. It's good to know what kind of people that you keep around you, because it's not everybody has your benefit at heart. Not everybody has good intentions for you. There are some people that carry hidden motives. There's sometimes people come in, cloaked as friends. Some folks be them wolves dressing up in sheep's clothing, and it's sad. There's some people that, you may go to church with, end up, stabbing you in the back. I've seen a lot of people do that, and there's no disrespect towards anybody. I said, hey, that's your religion. That's what you choose to do. And I see there's different godly people out there, and there's difference between godly people that move straight, don't judge nobody. They try to push out love. But then you have these people that call the Bible thumpers that wants to judge every single person because they're not living right. And the main one that's voicing how that person ain't living right, you got a couple of daggone bone toes and stuff coming out your daggone closet, but you trying to sweep it up under the rug like something ain't going on, but you want to judge other people. You got different stuff like that. And it's like, it's sad that, you start seeing people, and it's just like, wow, would have never expected you to be that way. But like I said, it's no disrespect towards different people, what your religion of choice. I've had a lot of people come to me and they said, Roslynn, I found out I was an empath. And, I want to know if that's going to go against God's nature. I said, God is an empath. God was an indigo. He invented the twin flames and stuff like that. This is where he's in the creation of everything that's making, so it is just like he's bringing this to your mind's eye, for you to get to know yourself on a deeper level. I always tell people there's a part of ourselves that's always laying dormant to a certain extent. You had to go through certain things. You had to feel certain things. You had to move differently to get to that next vibe of new things, next frequency of new things. And for that to happen, you find out different things about yourself. And it's just like I told people, God is not seeing you sinning against him. People are like, oh, that's the devil's witchery and stuff like that. I said, for you and your closed mind, the devil really been communicating with you in a whole new different level. You thought it was something else. No, it's always good to be able to do that. I said, in my opinion, when it comes to religion, like I said, I hold respect for anybody who chooses to do that. But to me, the way God speaks to me, God speaks to everybody. In my way, he feels like he doesn't really care for religion because it keeps you limited. He wants you to be able to know that we all connect. No matter what we choose to practice, we all connect. And he really doesn't care for religion because we're connected to everyone, everything, every animal, it don't matter. We're connected, in that way. And it's not about going against other people's belief. And that's what mine is. I can understand if you want to tell me yours. I said, that's good. But I know what I believe, and I know what that man told me, and let it do what it do. We can always have a a vibe where we can have a discussion to agree to disagree. Everybody has a view that they are not able to see but you. And those are the situations that really help you grow and learn more about yourself, more about the world, that's going, in different places. There are certain things that you used to do that you don't do. I used to, I didn't care. I used to chomp people off, be, very, I was very blunt. I had no kind of filter at all. My mom was like, wow, you ain't even tactful. I'm like, wow, I got to warm up to it. I'm going to just tell them how I feel, and it wasn't even, and it's just like now, I mean, I see, and I said my spirit, no, it was like, man, that don't run through the family. But it was just like, you have to be very discerning. You got to be mindful, because even though you may be speaking the truth, it can really hurt somebody, and that's not what you're trying to do. You can get your truth out there. It's different between you hurting people with words and you're hurting people with truth, because a lot of times the people don't want to be, being called out for certain things that they know they're doing. You are going to be that offense. You're going to be offensive any daggone way. But if you're doing things to be hurtful to somebody, to make them feel less than something, that's a different story. So they always tell you to be mindful and be very discerning of the things that you choose to say. Because a lot of time people be on warpath to their own selves, and you're trying to tell them certain things to look from a different perspective. And that's what I always try to do, and be very transparent about it and keep it very real. Very authentic, and I try to tell people this is how I feel. There's no disrespect towards anybody else. It's not like a gut puncher that I'm trying to tell people it's wrong to live that way. I'm not saying that. If that's what you choose to do, that's what you choose to do. But I'm living it my way. I mean, it's sad. I done got into debates how people are like, all of us are narcissists. You can say whatever the heck you want. I'm not claiming that. A narcissist is never going to claim that they're a narcissist. If they do, they're doing that for a reason. It is not for the reason of being honest, because narcissists don't know how to do that. They believe a lie is their whole truth. They believe that. But and I'll be like, no, I had narcissistic vibes. Yes, I was exposed to that. And I had to deal with that every day. I had to allow myself to be able to change and continue to change and heal. Allow myself to project apologies out to the people I've affected, as well as myself, on the things that I've held on to. It's all about that vibration of change. What I'm saying? You're learning and living through the oldness and appreciating what that old part of you have thought, of thought, how you moved, how you acted, how you spoke, how you seen, just being able to be projective in those different ways in the midst of change. And you're appreciating that. Like I tell people, don't ever be shameful. There's times I got to teach myself, like, oh my God, that's so embarrassing. I say, I hope that person forgot about me. I hope they don't say nothing, whatever. But it's just like, you didn't know what you knew now. Don't be shameful of the things that you have taken place in, because there's a lot of things I'm just like, damn. Oh, you were so stupid at that time. They used to tell myself that. And I'm like, no, don't do that. At that time, you didn't love yourself. At that time, you didn't know how to fulfill yourself with self-happiness, being able to know your worth. Now you know all these things. You had to go through those experiences to learn those things. And when you're allowing yourself to do that, you'll start seeing how that vibration of transition is changing. Even if you're in the same situation, it keeps on feeling like it's repeating itself. You in a frustration of repetition, you're going through that, but you'll notice how your vibration is just changing how you do things. I used to be, very judgmental towards people. I'm like, man, you stupid. And it was just like, Dad, you ain't even know. I'm just getting straight to it. And now I'm just like, you have to pick better ways of doing different actions. You have to be able to do stuff. But it was just like, not to be able to place judgment. And I'll tell people that real quick. Because if it's certain things that, me and a person is talking about a different video we saw, or it'll be certain video I share it with them, and then it may be in a discussion we have. And it's just like, I feel certain kind of ways because I'll get choked up on my words, because I don't want to be sounding like I'm judging somebody. Like, now, if it's something where I feel like it's injustice, I'm like, no, they got a special place in hell for whoever that person is, da 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 da. But then it's just a person that's like, if that person's insecure about their self, you'll see it between the choices of their actions on how they choose people, how they choose a relationship, and just choose the midst of their surroundings. I've been there. I'm not placing judgment, but this is the experience that I'm seeing from this situation, and you're seeing it from this outside in. And then when you're allowing yourself to be very careful and cautious with your words, you'll start noticing different things about yourself. It took me a long time, and even I have to catch myself. I'm like, ooh, let me stop, pause, check all emergency exits. You even got to look both ways on the one-way street. You never know. You have to be able to do that, or there'll be different things. I'll start a video out and I just don't like the vibe on how I started something off. And I'm like, nah, let me go ahead and do that again, because I don't even like how I'm speaking. Allowing yourself, don't go through that old version of yourself, because that old version don't exist no more. You can give it its flowers and give it, give them this awards for the stuff that they really showed you, because this is the things you had to learn through yourself by other people projecting certain things or the people that you attract. I was hearing about a different video the other day where this man did some very, devilish stuff, and I'm not going to bring that up, but it was just like when a person was like, oh, all men are the same and they're this and this and this and that. And I said, and I tell people, I even tell my girlfriends on here, the people I connect with through chat or through emails, I said, honey, if you're trying to say that all men are dogs, all men are, just flandering around, just coochie crooks and all this junk, you have to be able to change the filter on the things that you find appealing, because that mess is appalling to me now. It used to be appealing, now it's appalling. I can't do that anymore. You have to be able to change. If you want different results, you have to change the filter up of what you like to attract. And it's not just with that, but then you got to change whatever is within yourself that you keep attracting stuff like that. And I know that person probably, you can even tell the vibes, it was very very in battle with their self, just because of the way she worded it and the energy she was carrying behind the words she said. I said, look, I ain't trying to be offensive with you or trying to assume anything, but if this is what you are used to dealing with, maybe there are certain parts of you that you need to heal and recognize on why you keep getting attracted to certain things like this. I used to be like that. Not every single, relationship that I've had was toxic, but there was a lot of people that I attracted with that type of daggone background history, because there was stuff around me that dealt with that, it's just like certain things you're just like, ooh, I like the way they shaped it, or I like the way they do this and look what do that. And the person is toxic, but like, girl, but it's just this though. And it's just the eyes, it's just that, and it'd be like the wrong things that you're getting attracted by. It ain't by the realness, not, the respect that they're giving you, the support they're giving you. Are they seeing you as an opponent, competition, or a teammate, a partnership, somebody they can see they growing old in life with, and it'll be just certain things that you notice you aren't getting attracted to anymore. Are you allowing yourself to learn that person, see how they act when they are angry, see how they treat their mothers and their ex-partners and stuff like that? Those are the things you need to take care of, because it's like when you see how people get mad, this is what they really truly bring out. When people get angry, they give you that truth, and sometimes that truth can be really hurtful, but that's how they felt about you, and it took that to be able to bring that out. And certain things that you're going through, and you'll see that change take place into your life. Like I said, I used to just jump into things, I had a certain men type that I used to have, or a partner type, whatever. And the next, I'm in here with a daggone psycho, and it would be like, you wonder why you got stuff like that, because you didn't get to know them. You didn't really get to see, what makes them tick, what makes them, happy, what makes them sad, what's getting them into that dark hole that they're not coming out of. Be like sleeping with the enemy stepfather and, the perfect man and, single black female, single white female. It'll be something crazy, the intruder, something like that. And it's just like when I started noticing, because I said, I don't submit. I haven't been with nobody for over 5 years. And I'm like, Roslynn, you did that on purpose? Yes, they got too much energy. Is about the same bad as the sexual transitions that you get. I'm good. I'm good. I ain't submitting to nobody. I'm waiting until that one, D1, and that one was not the one. So, and it's just like, I'm okay with that, because I see my friends like, girl, I can't do that. Next, Roslynn, I need some advice. This to happen, girl, I don't know. And this is the reason why I'm telling you, go sit down somewhere and go find yourself. Stop dealing with everybody else and stay focused on you. A lot of time people don't like being by themselves. And I told them that's that time you need to be by yourself, so you can see what you bring to the table, and you don't mind eating alone. It's not always about money, but it's all about what you're going to deal with. What are you going to be able to accept? What are you going to be able to sacrifice? What are you willing to take away? What are you willing to add, towards those different situations? What are you condoning? What you flat out is not going to deal with, and those things. And it's just like I tell people all the time, my last relationship gave me blessing in disguise. I never knew I was going to have. It made me love myself, made me add happiness to my life, let me know what I will not deal with, love myself in ways I wasn't able to do before. And a lot of times you have to understand, when universe got something destined for you, they will bring you the most karmic cycle of experience of relationships that make you question everything about yourself. And then it gets to that point where you will see that relationship with some kind of blessing that helps you. Because a lot of times folks come into your life to make you a better person for the next person that you were destined to be with, that God has for you. Because when we start moving real fast and you want to see your twin flame, or you trying to find that soulmate, and it's just like you got one view about them, and God like, what are you doing? I done sent you like 3 synchronicities, 4 daggone angel numbers, and 3 daggone spirit totems, and you still going that way. I see their light. That is not a light. That's a knife. What are you doing? It'll be certain situations like that. And you're starting to know, you're allowing yourself to disconnect from other people that have a habit of always wanting to disrespect you. They'll pull you to that situation. A lot of time people will pull you in your chaos. They can't meet you in your peaceful vibration. Y'all weren't meant to connect in that way anyway. Because a lot of time I'm like, really? You really pulling this? You don't know what I've been through. Even though you think you did, you don't know what I went through mentally. Don't put yourself in that situation. I'll hurt you. I ain't trying to catch no charge. And I always tell people, empaths, if you are still dealing with some issues, and I mean major issues where it don't take you to go from daggone David Banner to the Incredible Hulk to Transformer, Decepticon, more than meets the eye type person, don't allow nobody to pull you out your character, because you might catch a charge. You're going to be up in there. You're going to really be up in there. And these are the different things that they tell you. Heal yourself. And I'll tell people real quick, if you're an empath, you don't know your strength, because you got that hidden demon up in there somewhere that's just ready, just itching to get into a fight. Like, come on, let's go. And those are the things. Don't allow a lot of times you have to just prove yourself right by not trying to, project out to show that they're wrong, because a lot of things will go to show you. A lot of times, the most weakest people is the loudest talking ones. And sometimes it's like, especially if you're dealing with narcissists, they like to be able to punch your buttons just to get a rise out of you. And it's not even nothing about you. It's just the fact is they don't like somebody that's trying to show their truth while they know they're projecting a lie. You have to allow yourself to know they like that. You can't change them. Only they can change them. You have to be able to just pray for folks like that. You're going through different things like that. Different people, God will show you. And a lot of times you can be like, I prayed for my marriage, I prayed for my relationship. And then when you pray for that, God is doing everything in his way possible to disconnect you from that person. That they're going to bring challenges into your life to show you, there's certain people that you have to be okay distancing yourself from. But then God's going to bring people in your life that, this person is that person you need to fight for. It'll be a different story, because there's different people that will support you, and some people that are just trying to, let me go start messing around with this certain person so I can bring this person back. You ain't got time to be dealing with stuff like that. But it's just like, you're going through those distances where you have to understand, you have to love some folks. You have to love from a distance. You ain't got to be all up under them. It's just like, okay, I've tried with that person. I try to apologize, and I've been that person's support group. And then when it came down to me, they did everything they possibly can to make me feel like I was a burden, make me feel like they were always over me, like they had better things going for them. And it was always me as the issue, always discounting my feelings and my heart. But I had to tiptoe around certain things like that. That's where you have to understand distance from disrespect. That's a lot. A lot of times you have to just love people from a distance. You got to go. If you're not in my life and you're not, you're adding stress to me, but you're not making peace into my life, peace be with you. It could be family too. There's a lot of people that are like, Roz, I go through this with my family, and all they do is just constantly, berate me. They always place harm on my life. It's very disruptive. You have to understand, I've dealt with that, and I had to do distance. It's like, look, if I'm telling you I don't like the way you talk to me, and it is always about materialism and all this stuff, and you trying to always create to make me look like the bad person, there's more issues with you than it is with me. But I'm gonna go ahead and just, well, we love you. We can keep that kind of love. That's codependency. That is not love. You want to use me as that punching bag, that doormat, and I ain't it. I'm the temple to my own castle. I don't need you for nothing like that. You have to be able to go, and you're not slavery to things that you cling on to. I used to be that way. I used to allow myself to go through different things and disrespected myself in so many different ways, and I did not know my worth. Just because of the things that I was allowing myself to cater to, different things that I was ready to disrespect myself and just say you have zero happiness. It's like, why would you say that I have happiness in my life? No, look what you're allowing yourself to cater to. Look at the things that you're allowing yourself to go through. You changing yourself for a person that won't even change a tire. Don't do that. Don't do that. If it's not being reciprocated, and if it's not, adding growth to your life, it's not, you want to be around people that show you you're not going through this alone. When you are doubting yourself, they will show you that you are not dealing with this by yourself. And it's like, look, we're in this as a team. I want to see you soar. I want to see the greatest part come out of you. Whatever's going on, you're not going through that by yourself, because I'm with you like four flats. We cool as ice trays in the daggone freezer. You're going through different things like that. They want to see the best in you, not the stress in you. They're not going to allow you to wonder what part you're playing in their life when you got one that's like showing you they do anything and everything to make sure that they keep you around. You don't need to be around nobody where you got to guess where the heck they fit in your life at. Because you done made them prime priority when they showed you were nothing but an option. They needed you at that point in time. They doing a different round and they trying to wait for you. You got to wait for your lineup. You ain't ready yet, and those different things. And so when you're allowing yourself to do that, just allowing yourself to know, hey, I can eat alone. It's okay. You don't want to be around people that know your hurt, know your pain. And they're not like, I don't want to take you down that road. I want to show you opposite. I want to show you that I'm not that person like you used to dealing with. I'm totally something different. I'm going to upgrade you. I want, if I'm looking good, you looking good. If I'm doing this, you doing this, if you need help on trying to do a certain project or certain things that you're trying to bring out to the forefront on what you want to invest in, I want to be able to make sure I'm with you and see what you're doing so we can do this together. You having a person in your life, whether it is a person as a friend, a soul brother, a soul sister, soul mother, soul father, whatever. And they're wanting to see the best in you, not that stress in you. You're not slavery to pain anymore. You're not allowing yourself to say, oh, I got to be here for this person. It's good and bad. And no, it's bad and worse. And that mess is it's like a walking infection. Let that go. Just allowing yourself to do that. I mean, there'll be so many times where I looked at, I'm like, what was I thinking? And now it's just like when I allow myself to do that, there's so many times I have to remind myself that was the best blessing I ever went through. You have to go through the worst for you to see the good in what that situation brought you, and a lot of times that was your hidden gem in that situation. A lot of times it's hard for you to say that. I've seen people that, they raised out of situations from, a marriage or a relationship that was so detrimental to them. They will allow themselves to block off happiness just because of what another person put you through. And, and that may be the Mr. Right or the Mrs. Right for you. But that whoever that person was before that, you still making that person, that right one that was brought into your life, being paid for the mistakes that they ain't even the one who cut you with. You trying to stab that person ain't even the one that cut you. So it's just like different things you're going through. If you're going through a hardship of a very toxic, volatile relationship, if you're able to get out, please do that. But a lot of these relationships and connections that you're having right now is with these toxic cycles of where you had to learn where you fit in your life. You're making yourself that main priority, because if that other person is, you need to make sure you make yourself that priority. That person ain't even making their own self a priority just because of the choices they're making. A lot of times I used to say, oh, why don't they love me? Why is this? Why is that? You can't ask somebody to love you when you're not willing to give that same love to yourself. Hello, hi. I didn't do that. I did not do that. And it took me a long time to do that. And I'm so glad I had people in my life that really showed me, give that love to yourself. You see how many people have just railroaded you because of the fact is, it's not the fact is you're weak. It's just you try to find the goodness in the worst type of people. And it ain't even about you being weak-minded, because people are like, oh, I seen this and this and this and that. And people used to mock me, and they in the worst daggone situation I'm in. I'm like, damn, okay, don't even say it, because they brought that on themselves, or you're asking, I was faithful to that person. I brought magic to to our little bedroom situation. You have to understand there's nothing you can do with a person that don't love themselves. When they know they got, they got a gym over here and they trying to act like you a dime piece, like, oh, a dime a dozen. And they know, they'll be there. You are on somebody's vision board. You are on somebody's prayer. Not, they ain't going to be that one that took you for granted. That person going to see you at A1 since day one. They're like, hey, I want to grow old with this person. This is the person I'm supposed to manifest with. This is the one I prayed for. Allow yourself to know that if that person is in your life that ain't giving you that in your life, allow yourself to know God is using that situation to make you a better person, to show you what you ain't going to deal with, what you're not going to cater to, what you're not going to allow yourself to sacrifice. Because there's a lot of times in these toxic and karmic cycles, they want you to sacrifice certain things that they ain't even placing out for themselves to do. These people want you to lower your standards, just settle, just you ain't even got standards and stuff. They want you to just welcome everything. You deserve way more than that. You deserve way more than that. People are like, I would never get nobody like you. You ain't. Because I know my value. I know my life. I know what I want in my life. I know what I don't want in my life. But I appreciate what you did. People used to think I was being funny. I said, I ain't being funny. You were the best blessing I ever went through. But you were the only person that's going to ever say that you put me through the stuff you put me through. But I appreciate that. That was the biggest blessing I could have ever been through. And a lot of times we don't realize that until we get to that point, like, dang, I'm just not allowing myself, because a lot of times us being as individuals, we can be needy. We can be very needy at times, that we'll just be with anybody just because we want to, say that I got this person in my life. You don't want to do that. You want to be with somebody who's not going to make you question what they're doing. And I tell people, if you got to start looking through emails, phones, text messages, seeing who that person calling, to see if they got like a private, such and such on their phone, you need to go ahead and be by yourself. Be by yourself, because you got to go through all that. There's too much you got to be looking for just for that person. If it's giving you off those vibes, it's telling you need to go ahead and release yourself and be to yourself, so you know where and what went wrong in your relationships. What were you able to do that should have been a big no-no? Because a lot of times, even your failed relationships are the best ones, because you knew. Just like, some people like being swingers, to each his own. But a lot of times you bringing them extra folks in your life, there's a no, and no. Just no, don't do that to yourself. Don't do that. A lot of time people are like, oh, let me go ahead and see if I can get in where I can fit in, where, they can come in and just go ahead and bamboozle everything you have. Or you telling people about your relationships. You have to be able to keep that mess to yourself, because somebody is going to add some kind of rift into your life to where they can see, oh, like, dang, you say they just deal with anybody? Okay, I'm not anybody. You got folks in your life that are like that. They just want to see if they can go ahead and weasel in there. You got a lot of snakes that's in the grass, and you got to deal with. So there are different things that you'll see that you brought into your life, where you already see where the problem started at. Some people want to be able to bring that extra spice to your life. If you got an open marriage, hey, to each his own. It ain't good to do, especially with all that energy mixing and stuff like that. But a lot of times folks do it just to keep their marriage strong, because they don't, they want to expand in their their marriage. But, a lot of people like, nah, I ain't sharing you. I'm stingy. Me too. I'm very stingy too, because once it's mine, it's mine. I ain't trying to share my mind with nobody. You have to be able to be that way. So, through these situations that you're going through, it's showing you the old you on how you used to do things, and to the change that needs to take place, or is already taking place, because you'll start noticing, be different times you want to say something, like you really want to just, give it to somebody, be like, you ain't about it today. No, you can go ahead, just go that way, or you'll be seeing different things, you'll see how people do certain things, they admit it or not, that light is always shed towards you, towards different things. People feel like, I've known that person for a long time, and they know how you work, they know how you tick, And a lot of times you have to understand there are certain people that's been into your life that was supposedly only having the access of the unhealed you, to the unknowing of you, to that sleep you, to the oppress you. Now it's just that person that you starting to evolve. You're starting to allow yourself to know your worth from every level, every direction, every corner, and all those different things that, when you're going towards the level, you'll start meeting different people that's still vibing with that, that's taking you to that next one, or either teach you, learn you, decept you, lie to you, or they're going to be on that same journey with you. Just like I tell people, you got more than one twin flame. You have different twin flame for every level you're going to, till it's going to take you towards that ultimate one. If if yours is still here on earth. So these are the things that you're learning. You'll no longer have yourself in the midst of chaos, on what you used to allow yourself to get upset about, certain things that you allowed yourself to stay focused on. There's a lot of different things where, when you have become best friends with your pain, best friends to, certain situations that made you feel less than, that, you allowed yourself to lower your standards to, when you allow yourself to say, you know what, I'm taking my power back, whether it's through meditation of cutting cords, you call on whatever archangel that you need to connect with for that to end, for new things to begin. You're allowing yourself to forgive everybody. And a lot of times that takes a lot of growth, and it takes a lot of strength. And it's not saying that you're a weak person. Well, Buddha says if you stay mad, that is a weak person, but a strong person forgives. And it takes a time for that, so it's not, that's what, they put out there with Sigmund Freud and all that other junk. But it's just, I feel like there comes a time, because I was there. I was in that weak vibe where I just really wanted people that caused my situation and everything that I went through. I wanted you to pay, and I wanted you to pay dearly. And I wanted to see that mess happen right in front of my face. And a lot of times it's God, God is going to show you he working on everybody, regardless on you seeing it or not. When it comes to the enemy that's going on, you have to understand, when people ain't living right, you'll know. Trust me, you'll know just by the way they look. They will look run down. They will look like, my mom was like, they look like death walking on water. Like, how long have you been without your shoes on? And I used to have people say, girl, I don't know if they were just flirting or whatever, but I was like, oh, okay, thank you. I didn't let it feed to my head, but they were like, you don't look your age. I'm like, I'm so glad I don't look like what I've been through. What people look, been through. I remember cops used to ask me, get in an altercation, like, how old are you? And I tell them, you lying. I'm like, what I gotta lie to you about? Shoot, all you gotta do is just run my social security number. You'll see. You're like, go get your license. And they wouldn't believe it. They were like, God dog, okay. Because the more that you grow, that you're healing, you're starting to take your youth back, because a lot of time we're bringing that energy and that power out to unnecessary things that, is like, draining us, is like aging us, doing different things like that. And I've seen people in those deceptive vibrations, and it's speeding up, it's taken away from you, because it was a lot of people. I'm like, damn, you look good for your age. And now I'm like, hey, how about those giants? I'm just like, I'm not about to say nothing. I'll be like, Dad, I'm saying prayers for them, and you have to allow yourself to know, times get hard on people that, they want to live their lives hard like that. And you'll start noticing, the more you allow yourself to open towards self-love, you're giving your appreciation, you're showing yourself, and as well as, yourself and others, as well as God and universe, what you're grateful for. You're allowing yourself to, get out that cloudiness, because a lot of times we get fixated, like, oh, I got to know this now. I got to know this now. And, we're so fixated on that one answer, we miss out on all the other answers that come through. I've had times I've done that too, because I was so fixated on wanting to know one answer. And there was so many other things. It's like you missing out on so many other things, because they're trying to add on to your life. You're wanting this one thing, and I'm trying to bring in a whole guap to your life, and you about to miss out on it because you focus on this one thing. Stay open, just sit, just watch, let it all soak in, let it, let it percolate throughout your energy and allow it to go. I got so many different things for you. I'm trying to bring you to that cloud, from that chaos to cloudiness, to calmness, to clarity. you know, and all these different things that's making a way to you. And we always have to allow ourselves to, you know, go walk in nature, work out, have fun, listen to music, do whatever your best interest is to uplift your heart and put a smile on your face. Just allow yourself to get that laughter. And when we're allowing ourselves to be in that vibration like that, that irritates the heck out of souls that want to stay in that low vibration. You know, that irritates the devil. So you got to go back and regroup and see how he's going to come at you. And, you know, hopefully by that time, you already see what games and trickery that he kind of come up with. So I hope you were able to resonate with the content of this video, y'all. I hope y'all are having a peace vibe at 6:30. If you're, you know, if you want to come stop by and see that, it would be good just to connect with y'all in that way. What is it? Whatever you're trying to manifest into your life, you know, I hope it comes so much bigger and better than, you know, you have actually anticipated. It comes sooner than you ever expected as well. You know, I want to give a post notification shout outs to John Caps, Alex J, and Maureen Brandon, as well as Brent O and God's Child. Much love to you. Like I said before, you know, if there's any YouTubers that are on here that are subscribed to me, please let me know you have a channel so I can stop by. People got different videos or certain things that I connect with in that way, and certain things I won't. So I don't want to put that promise like, oh, I'm going to do this, because if it's something that goes against my vibrations, I'm just letting you know I'm not going to do that. I'm just straight up front with that. So I'm not discriminating, but I'm just letting that know. But other things that I know, you know, I don't mind going ahead and supporting that and, you know, give you a shout out, because I usually do my shout outs at the end of the video. But I know if I have different fellow, you know, YouTubers out here, I would love to be able to, you know, just being able to show that support by sharing yours as well. I don't want it to feel like it's a one-way street. You're supporting me and I'm not supporting you. But I would love to be able to go ahead and share some of your stuff out here, just, you know, to expand your fan base of listeners. So I hope you have a blessed weekend, you know, safe, you know, well, it's on a Sunday. It just felt like it's 30 minutes ago and it was Friday. You know, I hope, you know, everybody is safe and being responsible at everything you do. So even through social distancing, make sure you give out love, light, positivity, words, vibes, frequencies. You never know, all those things really take somebody a long way. And as well as, what else did I need to say? Oh, I forgot what I was going to say. But yeah, you know, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell. Oh yeah, I leave my contact information in the description box below. It's all about social networking. A lot of people get in touch with me on the one-on-one, then putting their business out here. Whatever we speak on is confidential. And I try my best to be able to help you shed light, to give you a deeper understanding about your path to purpose, you know, within that experience. So I hope you have a blessed day. Much love to you. Namaste.